They planted a guy who was always against Trump, who's a devout leftist, far-left socialist, always hated Trump. And the reason why we know this is because we have people who know this guy, who's seen his posts from the past, who has seen some of the videos that he has posted from the past, and know that this guy never ever voted for Trump, and the CNN planted him. Now this is fake news. This is why they call CNN fake news.
All right, we are more than 18 months into the Trump presidency, so we thought it would be a good time to check in with Trump voters to see how they're feeling today. I sat down with a panel of people from California, Texas, Ohio, and New York, all of whom voted for Donald Trump. At one time, these folks were all on the same side, excited about this outsider running for president. But as you'll see, times have changed, and today some feel very differently. So here now, our next Pulse of the People. How many of you are still just as excited today as you were on election day about President Trump?
Maybe more so.
And how many of you, the rest, would you say that you regret your votes? Raise your hands.
See that guy with the black shirt and blue tie right there? He's the only one who raises his hand saying that he absolutely regrets his vote. Openly, completely says that he completely regrets his vote. And he goes on to give a reason. And this is the plant by CNN. Let's continue.
Jeremy, what do you regret about your vote?
In my mind, and the way I look at him now, I think he's a monster. I think he's a bigot. I think that he's doing a lot of things to ruin people's lives. I don't think that I think that he's taking this country in the wrong direction, and it's a terrifying time for me.
There you go. He's a bigot. He's a monster. He's taking this country in the wrong direction. He's ruining people's lives. Well, Mr. Jeremy, we know that you never voted for Trump and that CNN picked you to be up on this panel. Number one, we know this because of this post where you say that you're a socialist, and also from this post where you talked about the Las Vegas shooting and how we should be banning firearms.
I'm not talking about hunting rifles, even though, I mean, if I had to vote for them to be banned, absolutely. The guy that killed the 50 and the son of a fuck that killed Christina Grimmie, if they did not have access to those weapons, all of those people would still be alive. Terrorism, it has nothing to do with religion. It has to do with the fact that they were able to have those. Combat weapons should be just as hard, if not harder, to get than illegal drugs. If anybody that I'm speaking to now, that's supposedly one of my friends, supports someone being able to own a weapon like that, please remove yourself. I ask you kindly. I am disgusted and appalled by it. That's your choice, but I will not associate myself with people like that. I do not believe that it was an Islamic terrorist act. And everybody that's trying to say it was just wants to mask the fact that had he not been able to get access to those weapons, those people would still be alive. Had the murderer who killed Christina Grimmie had not access to his weapon, she would still be alive. It makes me disgusted at the majority of this country, but then what can I expect anything less from, a majority of half the population nominating a person like Donald Trump? Anything less from, a majority of half the population nominating a person like Donald Trump,
Yeah, so this guy never voted for Trump.
Those were all Trump voters.
I'd say I find it fascinating when you bring these people together. What you see there is the ceiling. You see that even some people who voted for Donald Trump will not support him because of the policies he has